Well, the day thou gavest, Lord, is ended. But, sadly, the car isn't. It survived trial by water, it survived trial by Bristol and trial by Caravan, but now it must face the most difficult trial of them all. Trial by fire.
That was phenomenal.
I know, amazing.
Be honest, did you really not change any bits?
Not a thing, other than the windscreen. Because the sea took the windscreen out, we had to put a new one in for driving through our production office, otherwise it would take my head off. So we put a new piece of Perspex in, that was it. Other than that, nothing. We just had hammers, spanners and a bit of WD-40 to get the engine going after the sea.
All of which makes it more of a shame that in the end you killed it with fire.
That was churlish.
Well, that's the thing. You probably won't believe this, ladies and gentlemen. I want a huge round of applause. It is still working! Have you ever seen anything like it? What have you done? Oh dear, it's not quite the same shape.
I have to say, I think the tracking's out. slightly.
That was done when it was dropped. You'll also notice if you rock it slightly, you can see if we just bring the camera around here, this headlamp has still got some of the Bristol Channel in it.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
and you've got a light out on this corner as well,
Yeah,
Jeremy, I've
that was the
noticed.
tree.
Yeah.
Well, that means it's an MOT failure
Yeah,
as well,
the
so you'll have
bonnet
to do
did-
something about that.
The bonnet went up, but then the wrecking ball pushed it back down again. The interior not pretty. If
Oh,
we
no,
just...
you're right, that is.
Yeah, that's a bit singed.
And I
in there.
noticed above this enormous
Radio's had it.
rust hole here, there's quite a dent there as well.
That was the sum total of the damage from the Caravan.
And
That little dent there.
what's in here?
That's your desk from the production office. You know you lost it.
I used to sit there.
You did, that's bust. This is quite interesting too. You see this little dent there? That was
there
the
is a
wrecking
dent.
ball.
Right.
That would knock down the Empire State Building. That's all it did to a Toyota
truly
pickup truck.
Slightly flattened the T of Toyota.
Anyway, that's it for this evening. We tried drowning it in the Bristol Channel. We smashed it through the Top Gear production office. Dropped a Caravan on it. We hit it with one of those wrecking balls, and then we set fire to it. And it still survived. Now, we concluded after that it was pretty much unkillable.
Trouble is, though, you see, we were thinking laterally about this, and what we needed to do was think vertically. This is Rachel Point Tower Block in Hackney, East London. Former home to around 200 people, 23 stories of late 1960s dream housing. Well, in a few minutes this monument to miserable Britain will be reduced to a pile of rubble. The building is meticulously laced with high explosives. When they go off, this street in the sky will be brought down to earth with a bang. Ah, you're thinking, I bet they've parked the old Toyota right next to it. But you'd be wrong, because we've come up with something much better. That's 240 feet up. We're really not mucking about this time. There are 12,500 tons of council concrete in this building. Nothing can possibly survive what is about to happen here. Do you think it'll survive?
No.
You never know what's going to happen. Could just disappear in with a pile.
Yeah, but what have you done? You set fire to it, you've hit it with a wrecking ball, you put it in the sea. I think this will probably finish it off.
It's not going to survive.
Do you want to bet?
Yeah.
How much?
£10.
Well, I'll have a tenner with you, but you won't be able to drive it away.
It's going to get expensive, isn't
is.
it? Right, here we go. moment of truth. Will it be buried under thousands of tons of public housing? No, there it is. It may have escaped being buried alive, but that 240-foot drop has taken its toll. It's smashed and bashed almost beyond recognition.
Oh dear. I'd say that was pretty ronnied. Have you got a crowbar with you?
Yeah.
Again, we've got our mechanic with us, and as before, he's not allowed spare parts and he can only use basic tools. Too much. It doesn't look good.
Right, is this it?
Right, this is it. I'm going to give it a go.
James, now we've seen that it started.
Yeah, it did start.
But did it move?
I can hardly believe this myself. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is!
I want to make sure you're being honest, OK? This is very important. When Jeremy did it, the rules were you couldn't replace any parts. No spare parts allowed. You did the same. No spare parts.
No spare parts. The mechanic reconnected the battery, put a bit of diesel in it, brum, off it went.
Well, that's
just can't believe it. I mean, look at the state of that.
It's not bad. Taxed worse.
You taxed worse. Oh, no, look here. Look, the whole chassis, well, I was going to say cracked, but split's a better word.
Yeah, well, it has actually broken in half right across, and we're in the strange situation where the bodywork is actually holding the chassis together.
Honestly, I'm stuck for... I mean, we could carry on trying to destroy it. But do you know what? I think we should build a plinth. Yeah?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Put it on there as a museum piece for all of time. What do we think? Do we do that? Yes. OK, well, there we are. On that note of unexpected generosity from our audience and in the presence of, frankly, automotive greatness, it is time to end the show. Good night. See you next week.